Hey guys, it's your girl Choc, producer and personality for Philly's #1 internet radio show, The Real Exposure Show. Today, I'm going to bring you through my old hood, give you a little insight of where I come from, as well as give you an exclusive interview from a young lady with a horrific story, well known throughout the city of Philadelphia. Her 6-year-old daughter was raped and murdered back in 2002. It's still talked about 14 years later. So I'm going to take you for an inside exclusive interview. So welcome to my projects. Let's go.
I was raised in the projects. 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 I was raised.
My shorty. She from the Jets for real. Is rolling? I grew up down here from 2 to 14 years old. These elevators is well improved. It used to be pissy. Like, you would find poop in this joint. It was crazy. They did a lot of change and they cleaned it up a lot since I've been home. But I'm super excited for this interview. I am Cher. Hey, sweetie. How you doing? I'm here at my old apartment, 1705, 11th and York, here with Kareama, the mother of Destiny Wright, 6-year-old that was raped and murdered back in 2002. Let's take me back to 2002 when you got the phone call that your daughter was missing.
I was up 33rd Street, coming from a nursing school. I came in the house around 12 something in the afternoon. The phone rang. I answered it. They asked me, "Did you take your daughter?" I said no. This was the people's house she was at. So after that, I told them no. They said she's missing. I said she's dead. They said don't think that way. I said no, I think reality. I don't have no money. You know, what was the purpose of her, being taken? As soon as I hung up the phone, a police car was out there waiting for me to take me to the unit where everyone else was at, because I still had to get interviewed, even though I wasn't in the house that Destiny had got killed in. We all met up at the district. Even the boy that raped and murdered and killed Destiny, he was there, and his family. They interviewed everybody, let everybody go. Kept interviewing the sister who was watching her, and they kept having their eye on the brother that came to visit.
Okay.
After that, we headed out. The boy that killed Destiny, 18-year-old Abdul Malik El Shabazz, he went out and got flyers made for me. Me not knowing he murdered her. We all looking for up Kensington, kicking doors in at people's houses. Even if they live there, we just on the spree. Puerto Ricans, all different color people, combined, drug dealers, everybody looking and stopping past and trying to find where she was at, including the boy that murdered her. He was the first one that got my flyers made for me. We handed him out that day. The next day we didn't see him no more because he stayed around the district. He stood around the district. The detective told me and was using my daughter's name in past tense, saying, "I hope," like he already knew she was dead. Like she was a good little girl. Saying things in the past, and the detective caught on to it, but didn't say nothing to him. So they wondering why he using her in the past, and we're out here looking for this little girl, and you already know she did. They already cooked that crew right there. So they came around with his picture, asking, did they already had him there? Did anybody see him? Everybody said no, but they already had him. Because I stood in front of the house until they sat in front of the house until it had some news on my daughter. I wasn't staying around no district. I was staying where she was at last. So he finally confessed at the district that he raped and killed Destiny, and he took him and showed him where her body was at.
Right. So let's go back. So who is this person?
It was my baby father's girlfriend brother.
Okay. So this was Destiny's father's current girlfriend brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Destiny dad was a what?
So they said that she was at a sleepover.
Yeah, it wasn't really no sleepover because it was a sleepover, but Ange always get the kids.
Okay.
She's a kid person.
Okay.
Because she has a daughter, Destiny. It was Destiny Ange.
Okay.
And Destiny knew them. That was like her second family, really like first, because they were family to me.
Okay. So they were family to you. Where were you at back in this time? What stage was you at in your life? What was going on?
I
Like
was
your day-to-day living?
I was probably on my 30th place that I stayed at. It's the whole time of my life. I'm 30. I'll be 36 next month. 30. Stayed in 32 different spots.
So you didn't have a stable home at this time?
They always gave me one. If I needed this, live with them, they'll give it to me.
Okay, so you was just like with family and friends.
Yeah, but I left them, and Destiny came over that day later on when I left. But Ange told me that Stephanie never came back and got Destiny.
Right.
But that day that she got killed, all the children were there. Destiny was left in the middle room because Ange just got her Section 8 by herself watching. She wanted to watch videos. She didn't want to go in the room with all of them and watch what they watch. And he happened to come over that day, that night, that morning, 2 in the morning. He had stopped past there. He didn't live there. He lived on 2 blocks away with his other sister. He happened to stop past there. Destiny was laying on the floor asleep. So you know how you kick a person like this, and a child or a person look up, you see the person, you know him, so you're gonna close your eyes. She closed her eyes, and as he said, when she opened her eyes, he had gazed into her eyes, and that's when he knew he wanted to have sex with her. But she closed them. She closed her eyes afterwards, you know. Then he put her hands around her throat and choked her. She gasped for air 3 times. 3 times she gasped, and then Destiny was gone because he had popped the blood vessel in her neck. And Destiny was chopped, and you can see where the popping of the vessel was at. Then he raped her.
After she was dead.
After she was dead, he raped her because he had got charged with touching the corpse. He didn't rape Destiny while she was alive. He did it while she was dead.
So did he confess to all of this?
Yeah, he made
say,
a confession tape.
Like exactly what happened, step
Word
by
by
step.
yes.
Yeah.
He dressed Destiny. No, he had her in a room. He went in his sister's room after he raped her. Took a cigarette, went downstairs, smoked it. Seen a shopping cart and the clothes in the living room because he was thinking about what he was going to go do with her. He went and got Destiny from upstairs. You know, he put her in butt first with hands and legs sticking out. You know, she left. She's dead. Put her in there and what's that? The duffel bags that we put the laundry clothes in, and put her inside the shopping cart. Put clothes and stuff on top of it. He dressed her back up though before he did everything, and put clothes and stuff on top of her and the laundry detergent, and headed his way to see where he was going to go dump her at. But he was acting like he was going to the laundry bag just in case the cops or someone seen her. Yeah.
So where did he actually dump her body?
What is it? Montgomery and Burks? Burks and Montgomery? Up Kensington, Kensington area.
How far was that from? It's like they said in the
It wasn't
article,
even
like a mile.
that far. It was a mile.
Yeah.
Because he was on G in Westmoreland, and you can walk a couple blocks away, and she was under our nose the whole time. And we couldn't find her, but he knew where he was at. But I'm thankful in a way that he showed us where she was at, because we never could have found her. They took, because the rodents and stuff was about, starting to attack on her and stuff, because she was left in the field where the children played, but the grass grew real high, you couldn't see her.
Okay.
So a helicopter had to come and point her out and show them where she was at.
Wow. So they say when I read the story in the paper, it said that he tried to smuggle a knife in the courtroom.
He did.
He punched his lawyer. What was going through your mind at this time?
Even before that, not to cut you off, after he killed my daughter, he put a sock in her mouth and make sure she was dead for sure. He wanted to make sure she was really dead. That's with her in the shopping cart. Because when you put the cotton in your mouth, it swells up and goes down your throat if it can't come back out.
Right.
So he was actually making sure she was really dead. Because he didn't know if he really killed her when he did the strangulation. When we went to court, he was trying to get a mistrial because his dad knew about it. His dad knew about that. His dad knew about law stuff. He's good law. He was good at law. He passed a couple months ago.
Okay.
His father. He was really good at it. He was trying to get a mistrial, but the judge told him no. This court case been going on too long for a mistrial because they already know what he was doing. He tried to prepare because it was his sentencing.
Because I heard that he had probably was sexually assaulted also when he was around 7 years of age.
No, they took it back before he was even born to see why did.
Yeah, they said that his mom was on heroin.
Yeah, his mom was always on drugs. His dad always took care of him. His dad was the cameraman of North Philadelphia, and everywhere you go, you'll see his dad. But only thing they could find about Abdul was that they didn't mention he had been touched. Nothing like that. They only found a naked picture. That's the only thing that they found of him was a naked picture. Otherwise than that, they didn't find no pictures of him or him saying, or no, investigation saying he was sexually, touched or anything.
So did he show any remorse to you?
He didn't look at me or none of that stuff. He wouldn't look at me.
Did you know him personally?
I knew him forever. It ain't like I just met him. I knew him since he was like 10 years old. I was older than him. He just had a baby himself when he killed my daughter. His son was 5 months. His name's Samad.
So he has a 2-month. How old was his baby?
His baby was 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
5 months old, and he rapes a 6-year-old, kills her, shows no remorse, tried to smuggle a knife in. Like what happened with the knife part?
The knife part. That's when they was checking the cavity search before they sent him upstate and stuff. He was making that because he was scared for what they was doing to him already when they had him in jail, he said. Because, the judge and them ain't worried about what's going on once you did something like that and they put you away. You could make up anything. He said that they was throwing hot water on, broomsticks and stuff. But the judge told him that's not what we're here for. We're here for Destiny Wright. So when he did that, and the part when he stole his lawyer because he had public representative, he had team. So since he stole him, he didn't have to represent him, but his partner had to represent him. She didn't want to represent him. First she agreed to represent him. Then she got on up there and said, I don't want to represent him no more, until she decided to represent him because they wasn't starting no trial over that we've been going on for 2 or 3 weeks with.
Right. And this story was a huge story in Philadelphia, like well known. If you ask anybody that's of like in their 20s, 30s, they know about it.
Yeah.
So why did this story have so much of an impact? Like pretty much things happen, we just forget about it. Why do you think Destiny's name was still around and talked about?
Because of the way of her death. That's really what I think also. And she was one of the ones that started that Amber Alert. There was no Amber Alert out for Destiny when she was living.
Right.
They started it after her. Because what's that little girl that got out of that basement? You know which one I'm talking about?
In Southwest Philly?
Yeah, she got out.
That story.
And that's when the Amber Alert came out. It was her, then Destiny, then the Amber Alert. They started putting the Amber Alert out for the children because of them. My daughter has a foundation for kids that get touched. She has that, and she has a scholarship that these children don't know about called the Destiny Wright Scholarship that'll take them to college. But no one knows, so no one uses.
Right.
So,
So we need to bring awareness to that. Definitely we'll have the information at the bottom of the screen so you guys can definitely be informed with that information. So, like, how has life been for you since the passing of your daughter. It's 14 years later.
I was doing okay in the beginning. Yeah, I went through the cries, and I was young. I cried and did my little thing, smoked my little stuff, my marijuana and stuff. That wasn't working. When I sat down, I had the last two, which is 8 and 6. Something triggered, because I never got a chance to sit down and really mourn. I was always on the go. Something triggered me, and then I'm seeing a little psychiatrist. I've been seeing him for 2 years, because one day out of the blue I just never stopped crying for nothing. And he said, I think you're depressed. So he sent me to a psych to see a psych to see what's going on, because I had a fetish after Destiny died with collecting pictures off of the poles, off of anytime I see a picture with a kid missing, I will bring it home. And it was starting to get to me. That was in the beginning when I did it. And I didn't think that was no problem. But then when I hit my 30s, that's when the problem started. With Destiny on my mind. She was always there. It was just like, she made me slow down and take care of the ones that she wanted me down here with. So nothing won't happen to them. Because I have another little girl now that's born the day after Destiny. Destiny August 16th, she's August 17th. Because Destiny was killed the week before her birthday. I buried her on her birthday. She was killed August the 8th, and I buried her August the 16th. And the city paid for everything for on account of her death, how she died. Even for her dad to come home, not physically come home, but that the people, we couldn't see him. They brought him in so he can view his daughter's body, so he could say his last words on account of how she died.
So has therapy helped you? Because I don't like to say I'm against therapy, but
I don't take the crazy meds.
I know they like to medicate us. So, they like to just medicate you and say, this is going to help you, and that's not the case.
I tell my story to everyone I meet. You could be a stranger on a bus and I'll let you know about this. You know what I'm saying? Anybody I meet, I'm not scared to talk about it. Sometimes I do have a tear or two. Other times I don't have no tears, because God took one and replaced me with one when he thought that I was ready. I had Destiny when I was 14 years old. I wasn't ready.
So let's talk about that. You had her when you was 14 years of old, and the paper say that she was under DHS.
I was under DHS.
Okay, so you both were under DHS custody.
I didn't see my mom ever since 6 years old.
Her grandma was taking care of her?
Yeah, her grandma was taking care of her. I'm not going to down Miss Stephanie too bad, but she was a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? She was a drug addict. I didn't know where my family was at, so she had to go to the closest thing, and that was to me. I was scared to give it to the system, so I gave it to her grandma. But her grandma was one of them, I thought, functional drug addicts, because she keep herself up, keep everything right. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time she was just using, I lived with her too. She was just using me and Destiny for what we had. But she did teach me a lot how to survive out here. That's why I'm still here.
Now, this man is serving a life sentence. So, did he reach out to you, your family, since it's 14 years later?
No, he been reaching out to his sister and trying to tell her. She'll call me and tell me, like, Abdul asked about you today, or something like that. Or he just was checking on you to see was you still okay. Well, living is still getting past in the world. He don't talk about Destiny or nothing like that, But he did try to do her, but I don't want no communication. I tell her I'm okay. Just let her know we okay.
Would you ever sit down?
I used to want to sit down and go to the prison and visit him and see what he did it for. I used to want to do that and hear what he had to say. People thought I was crazy, but I don't understand. They can't call me crazy until they've been in these shoes. You know what I'm saying? And seen what I saw. And from a person that you thought was okay in life to a person that turned out to be a monster. So I don't really want to sit down with him no more. It was done is done. Can't take back. But I told his sister to let him know I don't hate him. I just dislike what he did to him. I used to hate him and hate his mom. I hated his father. I had to let that go. And I'm glad I let that go, because 2 months later, after we spoke, he died. And that felt good on my heart.
Right.
That knowing that, you know, I meant to him.
Right. Now you got teardrops and a heart on your face. What does that symbolize?
It was all for destiny. The first the teardrop started for destiny. That wasn't for like, you know how they put them up there for the killer? That was a tear, shed a tear. Then the hearts was, I just kept adding the hearts to her symbol. For her, no more. No more face tattoos. But them hearts and that teardrop was for my baby. No one else. And the stars and the moons and all that stuff represent the heavens, day and night, because we can't see them right now, but they out there, the stars. And you know, reverse. Yes.
All right. So where are we at in life right now?
Well, I just moved up out of here.
Yes. My old apartment, she left, guys.
I've been here since 06 to 2016. They gave me a 3-story house, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and a big backyard. The children are happy. They were not living here no more. I'm happy that I get a chance, because I promised them the same promise I promised Destiny, but it came through this time.
Oh, you fulfilled it.
Yes.
Well, you heard it first. 215 Real Exposure exclusive interview with Destiny's Wright's mother, Kareama. Here at my old apartment, 1705 11th and York, Cumberland County Projects. Anything you want to say to the viewers? Any last words? Any signing off?
There's a lot of people I know is catching HIV and still sleeping with men that they know have HIV around this facility. It's wild. They'll tell you that they have HIV, the man, and you'll still sleep with them or let them, you know, do any actions with them.
Right.
So all I want them to know is be careful out here and be safe.
Hell no, ain't no walking through my jets. You ain't from round here, then you better be strapped. York and Cumberland, Loving Street is do or die. Beirut, same hood, we collide.
I'm happy now.
Oh.
Yes. And I'm happy.
Bear Hills.
I said goodbye.